So summer opportunities are extremely important for all of our students because it's the opportunity or it's the space that they have to really explore their interests and to take the knowledge that they have from their course and actually apply it to a real world situation. So that might be in a lab project, it might be as part of a charitable project, or it may be volunteering in the community and really taking what they've learned and putting it into application in real practice. So one of the really sad consequences of the COVID pandemic is that certainly in the first lockdown in 2020, that extended really into the summer, and all of those opportunities that students had planned for that summer got canceled. The really sad thing though is that that actually happened a second time in the summer of 2021, where we were still in this space where people really weren't sure about, social distancing and about capacities in labs. Some of these opportunities shifted online. However, unfortunately, not all of them did. And even where some opportunities did shift online, students didn't have the same opportunities or the same capacity to interact with colleagues or, with objects. So it's extremely important that we find ways to, replace those opportunities or to increase the number of opportunities that are available to our students. So what I'm proposing is to have a summer opportunity scheme here in Churchill College. What that would afford is applicants the opportunity to work for 8 weeks in a project area, be it a lab, a charity, potentially a local startup, and they would get an opportunity to put their subject into practice. They would get paid the living wage, they would be provided with accommodation here in college, and so it would mean that it was cost neutral for people and that it would be a way for them to really work locally, and they would actually get a really interesting opportunity that they wouldn't have within the curriculum of their course. One of the great things about being based in Cambridge is there are lots and lots of different opportunities available. There's a large number of charities that are working locally. There's a small number of NGOs. There are a large number of museums. There are archival collections. There are also lots of small, really interesting startups, but there are also a huge number of labs and research groups who have the capacity and interest in hosting our students during the summer. One of the challenges with securing summer funding for all students is that there's a lot of competition. But the other thing that's really, really challenging is that many opportunities do not pay the living wage, and thus students can go into debt just from trying to get that little bit of extra experience that's often crucial when putting together a job application or when trying to, break into particularly selective fields. I know from being a director of studies for over a decade that these types of opportunities have become harder, and it's been really difficult to watch students struggle to find, experience in a lab or to get a placement in, industry over the last 2 years. I personally believe that this is really important, and therefore I myself am going to be funding one of the summer opportunity bursaries for students this coming year at Churchill. If we're unable to fund this initiative, the impact will be twofold. So firstly, some students will just go into debt and they will find themselves in a financially precarious position because they take on opportunities that are not properly or fully funded. The other problem that's also really particularly sad is there will be a significant number of students who just don't get the opportunity at all, and they will therefore have a reduction in their choices that they're able to make later on that are really informed by the experiences they've had during their time. Speaking to you today as the senior tutor of Churchill College, I just want to say thank you for any contribution that you can make towards this program. I know that it will be extraordinarily appreciated by our current students and will be invaluable to them in helping to inform the decisions that they make about their career paths